Hey everybody, this is Cyrus the Explorer checking in. I haven't put a video up on this channel in a while. I think in something like 5 or 6 months. And some of you guys found this channel from my North Korea documentary or some of my travel videos. I guess the walk around I did in Japan went sort of viral. I wasn't expecting that. And nonetheless, it's been a very quiet channel. Obviously, world events have disrupted the digital nomad lifestyle in a way that I think no one could have ever predicted. And they've also disrupted my life personally with the coof really messing up my body in ways that I would have never imagined. So the question is basically, will I ever become Cyrus the Explorer again? Will things get back to normal? What does it take? What will it take? Will the digital nomad lifestyle return for myself and anyone else? And that's a big question, so I'm going to just talk about some of those things right now. I have a couple other channels on YouTube, a podcast about metaphysical things, and a few other projects. So I don't usually upload to this channel, but I do have a little bit of a podcast set up now, a new microphone, new camera. And I figure I'll just use that setup for this channel until the day comes when I'm able to travel again, and we can talk about some of the issues surrounding traveling, surrounding the nomad lifestyle, and surrounding, when or if or when we'll be able to get our freedom back. So to just back up a little bit, so I came down, with the virus back in March. Even when I was putting up updates from Philippines, I got sick, and I wasn't that badly sick. And I made a mistake a lot of people make, which is thinking, well, hey, if I'm not that badly sick, this whole pandemic must not be as big of a deal as people think it is. Well, what ended up happening is I came down with a disease that is very infamous now. You can Google it, called long haul syndrome, where you actually don't shake the virus out of your body. So you get a batch of COVID symptoms, and then they stay in your body for, they never go away. What this resulted in was months of crippling fatigue and like a rotating symptoms, right? Shortness of breath, smell and taste disruption, fatigue, dry mouth, pains in my teeth, pains in my back, pains in my sides, abdominal pain, nausea, gastrointestinal problems, rotating on sometimes on an hourly basis. And this went on, it wasn't that bad for the first couple of months, and then by the time I got back to Los Angeles and when I escaped out of Philippines around July, it was getting really bad. And it got so bad where I really felt like I was just disabled. I'd never get my life back. Week after week, month after month of severe symptoms. And now I'm at just shy of 10 months since I got sick, and I'm not better yet. One of the worst things it did to me was it attacked my eyes, my retinas, and so everywhere I look, I see floaters. And this alone is really difficult to cope with, because it's, even though they're not like huge spots, they're just like little dots that I see when I move my eye around. When I'm in a clear blue day, I see them, right in my vision, and these will never go away. And it's better that I have a couple dots floating around my eyes than to have lost my eyesight, because I was at risk of retinal detachment when this happened. And this was basically another manifestation of the long haul syndrome. Became this uveitis, so it was attacking my eyeballs at one point. But I still have pretty clear vision. I can drive a car without eyeglasses, so gotta count my blessings, even if something very basic like that has been disrupted. And who knows, maybe they'll get better over time. My eye doctor doesn't think so, but who knows. But nonetheless, I still have other symptoms. I'll get some days with fatigue, some days where I still have shortness of breath. I am probably 50, 60, 70% better than I was 2-3 months ago. So I'm just hoping that trend will continue. And my goal now is just to hold out all the way until summertime. And that summertime, not only will the world be coming back to normal, but my body will be coming back to normal. And to bunker down and get a lot of work done, a lot of work on the computer, get business stuff done, exercise more, work out more, get my body in tip-top shape, focus a lot on nutrition. and just doing whatever it takes to get myself back up into optimal health again. That's really my goal, is to just counteract what's happened to me as much as possible. Now, if this isn't enough, though, when we look out into the world, what we see is, this is January 2021 that I'm putting this video up, mid-January, and things are so bad right now. The numbers are astronomical, and the lockdowns are even worse than they were months ago. Like, this is the peak of the pandemic, but every time we think there's the peak of the pandemic, there's another peak to come later on. So when will we get to a point where we can do the things that we used to do? And of course, no one has an answer. We have the vaccines out, and obviously there's going to be some kind of mandatory vaccination thing to be able to leave the country, I bet. And I think a lot of people are going to have problems with that. But every country basically is in charge of its own situation. So, for example, Thailand is maybe one of the most open places right now, because you can go there and get a long-term visa and stay there a long time there. You just have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you arrive at a hotel they pick. I think that'll set you back about $1,500, but you'll be able to go hang out in Thailand. That's very tempting to me even right now. The thing is that it also feels like the party is over. Because, I mean, I'm sure there are clubs and there are people going to beaches and there's concerts if you go to the right places in the world. But by and large, I mean, it's kind of like the world's greatest buzzkill. Even if those things were open and available, number one, I don't know what the mood would be like, first of all. Number two, I'm terrified of getting sick all over again. And I don't think it's going to happen. I think I'm pretty darn immunized. But I had to make this decision that I know there's big issues with the vaccine, but I should probably get the stupid thing, because I can't risk, because given what the virus did to my body, that I was able to produce the long haul syndrome, where your body just can't clear the damn thing out, and it's whatever it's doing. Maybe it's stuck in the brain, maybe it's an autoimmune response, whatever the case may be. The fact that I ended up with that syndrome means getting vaccinated is necessary for me. So that means that before I can go back to like a fun digital nomad lifestyle again, like I usually am doing, check the videos in this channel, and I was all over the place, Japan and Dubai and Ethiopia, and going around all over the place. I really love that stuff. But it's not going to happen until, number one, I get vaccinated. And then number two, by then, I assume the vaccines are all over the place, and then that's also going to have a big psychological effect that will allow people to travel again. No matter what you may think about the vaccine, it will have a positive psychological effect when people will, at least in their mind, feel like, okay, I feel safe to travel, I feel safe to go out, I feel safe to do things again. So that's kind of the purgatory that we're all stuck in, and it's an amazing thing, really. I feel there was a time when I had really bad depression over the summer, because my body just wouldn't kick this thing, and I felt terrible every single day, with like a roulette wheel of different, sometimes horrifying symptoms happening to my body. And then looking at the world around me, it just felt like my life as I knew it was finished. It was all done. Now in January, I feel kind of good every other day. The symptoms are pretty much smaller than they used to be. I feel like I have a handle on them, and the only thing that depresses me is just looking at the numbers, looking at the news, and then wondering when will the purgatory end. And sometimes the best thing to do is not really think about it. Is to go about your business, stay positive, tune out of politics. Focus on your immediate environment, focus on your day-to-day life and your day-to-day surroundings, and make the most of your life with what cards you have, or in some cases whatever you have left. And a lot of people have lost family members. A lot of people are worse off than I am, more sick than I am. So depending on the situation that you're in, you just figure out what you have left and make the most of it. So I hope that a time will come soon when I will get back to being a digital nomad, and We can look back at this era. We can all look back at this era in infamy, but also we can appreciate how much character it possibly built for all of us, what we've all gone through. So I guess those are my thoughts about that. So thanks for subscribing to this channel. And I guess that's it. I will see you on a future video, and that's about it. I'll see you next time.